I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, tonight's meeting will be audiotaped by the Borough and videotaped by Wkcm. This time we'll take public comment. State your name and address.
Mickey Lang, Garfield Street. I'd just like to say what a wonderful job the borough employees are doing with plowing the streets, keeping them open. I was downtown Wkcm Saturday with all that snow. It was horrible. I came up, made a turn onto Harrison Street and thought, wow. But is there anything the borough can do about the 200 and 300 block of Garfield with the commercial vehicles sitting there? Especially the 200 block, you can hardly get through.
Yeah.
Well, now he has another piece out there, and if you come down the alley, you can't see to pull out because he's got his dump truck tilted up.
Doesn't he have parking in the back?
It's full. And then the people that moved in on the 300 block, they've got a trailer that's been there since they moved in. And it's just, I don't know how the guys plow. Because if you look at the 200 block of Garfield, it's just zigzagged.
And is there anything you can do as far as public park?
They're just parked on their own property.
No, they're parked on the board.
Yeah.
On the side of the street.
I know this
On the
is
house.
no, there's no movements, there's no snow.
What else are you going to do?
There's
Yeah,
no.
if they're not parked in the middle.
You have that trailer with that.
Hey, the only alternative we have is to go down and ask him if he can move. I mean, Chris, if you go down and contact Bob, have him go down and talk to him, explain to him that, it causes a problem with the snow plowing.
Right.
And,
Yeah, we can do that.
Some of the people that
We
move
don't-
their vehicles,
we don't want, I'm gonna cut you off, we don't want an accident to happen, be it borough employees hit something, or hit one of his vehicles, or somebody else hits one of his vehicles.
Yeah, we can do that.
but some of the cars are there that have moved while they plowed, and then they'll pull in, and they don't get over as far as what they should. I'm surprised somebody hasn't lost a side mirror or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I went down and looked at it when you told me about that day. Last week or so. Yeah, you or Bob can contact and talk to them,
Oh, yeah.
see if they'll, move them.
Yeah, we can ask them, hey, can you, for plowing purposes and stuff, can you move this over? When the guys are coming through to plow.
Yeah.
It'd be nice, I know whenever I plow, they do what they do, but it'd be nice if we could get something set up, plow one
Snow
side,
removal ordinance.
park there, then, give them a chance to plow, and then, go out and move it. It's not that hard to move your car.
Because the guys are real good. If you see them coming and you move your vehicle, they'll plow out for you.
We've been coordinating on our street since I've lived there. Our whole entire block, we will move vehicles from one side to the other, and the borough workers work with you. You know what I mean? Like, they're coming through, they see you move your vehicle, their next sweep through, they get in closer. Then you wait until later, and then you put your vehicles back. So,
Well-
you just gotta coordinate.
Before we would enact any type of ordinance for this, if we get a newsletter out this summer, it would be something to put in there and ask the people first to see how it goes, because I don't want to start, finding people because they don't move their cars. And I think if you,
Alternate, sides of the street.
if you ask, put it in and even put a thing in the paper, before winter starts, plowing season, that I think probably the majority of the people will move their cars from side to side.
Oh,
Any other public comment? Then we'll move on to, I need a Motion to approve the minutes.
Someone's telling me, I'm like, oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll load
So whenever I said about the 4 new tires purchased for the old Ford.
I talked to the truck driver, he's like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had summer tires on there and stripped up, so they bought for,
It could be named. He's like,
Well,
yeah,
old.
I said, he called Max, and I said, yeah,
So
that's
they
it.
should be the new Ford.
And he's like, oh,
Okay, I'll make that
no.
correction.
He wants the council meeting to stand out
So,
there
wait,
to keep them on.
so they purchased them for the new one?
Yeah.
And then is there another vehicle that is gonna need truck?
Well, the GMC's gonna need tires, but we're not gonna get that.
We have some more accidents. Arthur and,
I'll make a motion.
Any motion to accept the minutes? Have a second?
Texting her.
Nancy seconded.
And I'm better a couple ones.
Any questions on the minutes and bills?
So we got it.
Bill later.
Hmm?
Bill later.
He was.
On the minutes? All in favor, raise your right hand. Committee reports.
Wait, we have to report.
Oh, I'm sorry, negative report.
Okay, there were 11 traffic citations, 5 warnings, 1 bad check, 2 DUIs, I don't know why he has another bad check, 2 possession of controlled substance, 3 possession of drug paraphernalia, 2 possessions with intent to deliver narcotics, 2 hindering the apprehension of a wanted person, 1 driving under suspension, DUI related, and a burning ordinance investigation. And his tip for the month is, with the upcoming changes in weather, it is important that drivers pay close attention to the roadway conditions, allowing ample stopping distance. And I have a few things I want to go over. There were 2 water line breaks occurred this past weekend. One was a corner at Harrison Street. I'll give you this, you know what they're
Oh, thank you.
Harrison Street and North Crescent, the fire hydrant there. And the other one was up there in Orchard Lane. They were both repaired by the Water Authority today. 2 of our officers will be attending the 2015 mandatory in-service training program, which is scheduled for this month of March. Captain Gahagan is scheduled for today and tomorrow, and Officer Airgood, he's scheduled for next Monday and Tuesday. Then, going back to this parking condition, I noticed a hazardous parking situation occurring at the intersection of Harrison Street and Northern Avenue. That's over in that part of town. There's cars parking on both sides of the 2 streets, making it difficult for traffic moving through that area. Also, with the retaining wall on the Recupero's property, it's impairing the vision in that area also. With them parking there, it's hard to see cars coming or going. And at one time, there was a no parking here at the corner side on the northern side of Northern Avenue. And it was removed when the new house that Recupero's built was being built and was never reinstalled. I would recommend to the council that that sign be reinstalled as soon as possible, weather permitting. And the last thing is, needs to be addressed by council, is this issue with the Chevy police vehicle. Captain Gahagan and I have been looking for used vehicles. We had one vehicle that a dealer is holding for the bore. It was a 2011 Ford Crown Victoria. However, Chris was telling me tonight that it was sold. And we have a couple other things, but I'm hoping tonight council will give me some type of decision on where we want to proceed with this vehicle. And that's all I have.
Chris, you got anything to add, please report?
We had, well, as you see, a lot of incidents in town this month. Also assisting other police agencies in major incidents outside of the borough here. We assisted in capturing the homicide suspect from Leechburg, and some other things like that. So just, if people have any information or stuff going on, just let us know. Leave messages, calls, police cell phones, and we'll get back to you guys and take care of what we gotta take care of. Bob had sent me a message tonight about the other vehicle that the other dealer has. He said he was sold, I guess, so he got some more information than the mayor has for another Crown Victoria, so hopefully we can continue on with that.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go into committee reports. Public Works.
Well, the guys are doing a great job plowing and getting here on time, I guess, to do it, and they're just doing good. There hasn't been, no breakdowns yet that I know of. And, I got you some prices on those tires you mentioned down there, the 4A.
Bring that up under
New business.
unfinished business.
That's all I have. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, like I've said before, I said last meeting, if you go down Katanning or Ford City in this snow, you'll be happy to live up here because it's night and day. Our streets are plowed, they're clean, they're salted, get around, give them workers credit. They're even working the schedule that we're working, we're staying on top of it.
If I can add, in relation to the plowing, when I'm out in the evenings, if the weather starts getting bad, I will call the main Rick, let him know, and then they'll call you guys and decide to come out. And they'll come out, late at night if they have to plow. I think they're doing a really good job as well.
Buildings. Everybody's here from the building committee. Shade Tree.
Nothing to report.
Finance, insurance. Nothing. Personnel. Nothing. Police. Okay, and we'll move on to unfinished business. Police car. Police Impala repair. Does everybody have the information on the bids that we had gotten to repair the 2007, or 2001 Chevy Impala? The lowest bid was Taylor's Auto Repairs in Ford City for $2,556.16. And on top of that, we got a donation from, the Katanning Eagles, 212 South Water Street. They donated $1,500 to us for the repair of the vehicle.
That's great.
So you're looking at roughly,
965,
if you take the lowest bid, we'll spend $965 to repair the vehicle.
Which one had, wasn't the one there was a 3-year guarantee?
I think they
They're
both,
both 3 years.
they're both 3 years.
Because I know you asked me.
The only difference
to
is,
get one.
Walker is using GM parts. Taylor's using Jasper. Which they're just as good, if probably not better, than General Motors parts. So I don't think it's an issue of which is who's providing the better parts to fix it. I mean, if you look at the race vehicles,
Yeah,
that's what they use, Jasper engines, Jasper transmissions. They can take a pound, but
You asked me to get your price on the transmission, and I got one from wholesale, and it's $17.75, but they only guarantee it for 18 months or 18,000 miles. So that other one is better.
or
Well,
do we want to put the 960, I'm sure we take the lowest bid, the $965 into the vehicle and have it repaired?
Well, what was the price on that Ford? Did he give you a price at all?
10,000,
10,000 and, well,
then we'd have to equip it with,
this is down the Walls, PA, that's on Route 48 below Monroeville.
Yeah, down in Keysford.
The vehicle itself was a 2010 Crown Victoria. It was a unmarked car. And again, to transfer what equipment we could take from this car plus the lights, and it's going to be another $3,000. So you're talking
13,000.
now.
Well, like I said, we always have one transmission in that.
But Crown Victoria is rear drive, or this is front wheel. They have a lot of trouble with the front wheel.
Right.
But
Because that's that.
I wasn't aware of the donation from the Eagles. So
Wow, that's the first I've seen it tonight, too.
that's
I'm
a
a,
difference.
pardon?
Why did they choose to do that?
They did, I think they did it for Ford City. I think Cliff asked.
Did they pick like a?
Well, they seen the article in the paper about the police vehicle being down.
I think it's one.
So would we be able to use it to put towards another vehicle if we would trade it?
I don't know if anybody would take a trade-in, we'd probably have to sell
No,
it.
I mean, the $1,500, would it go towards, does it have to go towards?
The memo
repair?
says donation to repair vehicle.
So
It's
we
no
I
want
could talk to the guys down there.
to see if it would go, I mean, if
But-
we would choose to go another route, would it be okay to make sure that we could use it for that
So
also?
financially, how are you on the finance?
Mhm.
How are we finance-wise to
I
purchase
thought we
a different
definitely
vehicle?
didn't budget
I would have to
13,000
look into that.
We definitely didn't budget $13,000, but
Because
that's not to say we don't,
I
like,
know we're spending a lot of money on
Money left over.
salt this year.
well,
Yeah, I'll have to look into that and see a little more and get to you on that.
But with this vehicle here, this company, they buy these vehicles and they completely refurbish them. But again, you're talking to,
If I could add in to help, to assist here, the sheriff's department, that's how they got their new vehicles, was through this company. They'll take vehicles from bigger police departments, refurbish them, and then resell them to smaller, areas that need a police car or whatever for like, way less for price, so.
Do they give you a warranty on it?
I think so.
Doesn't say that here.
I mean,
I'm not sure about.
yeah, I mean, Bob would know more about that part of it, I think, but,
Well, I don't know,
Yeah, it doesn't say
My
anything
opinion-
about a warranty.
I don't want to spend $1,300 and buy another car.
13,000.
or 13,000. I think we better wait to see what kind of footing we're on financially as far as, you know, the building payment, actually, last month, if you look at your bills, is probably what it's gonna be, from now on out, around 3,140. That's a little over 36, probably $37,000, or $37,000 a year, which, we raised taxes 2 years ago, supposedly to cover this building payment, but the bill recorded taxes in the exempt for $5,000. So you're going in the whole 11,000 a
If
year.
you look at the gas bill, that's went down substantially.
I understand that.
Through the winter months though, I mean, you only have, probably 6 months and it's went down.
I think that right now, the thing to do would be to table this till the finance committee looks into the finances and see whether we can afford it or not. And in the meantime, Eddie, you said you can talk to the Eagles,
Yeah.
and tell them that we may want to purchase a new car, or not a used car, and if it would be all right to use that money for the purchase of that car.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk
That's
about
table, let the finance committee look into it. All right, move on to tires, okay?
it. Okay, I got some prices on some tires. And,
Well, let's, before we go on by tires, I don't know if you knew, Nancy, the tires that, of the new truck, or Paul. Oh, Nancy, you weren't here either. They're not a winter tire. And, I mean, they're using the truck, but it would be a lot nicer if they had regular winter tires for the
They're not all season tires?
for the back of the truck.
what, the new Ford? So,
Yeah,
well, we got tires for that one.
oh, you got them already?
Yeah, well, see, they got them already, and then they mentioned that the GMC might be needed,
Okay.
and that's.
Where'd they get the tires for the?
From Twins, and it was just.
Who gave, first of all, who told them to get it?
I don't know.
We didn't make a decision on buying new tires for that truck.
I don't know if it was me or Henry, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure we were,
I don't know if that's it or not. I don't know. But that was a lot of money.
it was my understanding that we were gonna look in and get prices to put tires on that truck.
Well, see, they were on before, see, I made whenever I said, you remember the old Ford? Yeah, they had the tires for the new Ford already. And, then that's whenever they mentioned to me about getting some for the GMC. So I don't know if,
What says here about getting a quote from Quad A?
true, but see, that's why on that, it says C4 tires were purchased for the, I said old Ford, but I meant the new Ford. Because they have them already. Because I think I went in to get the size, and
I understand, but I wanna know who gave them permission to buy new tires for the new Ford. It wasn't agreed upon the council, I guarantee
But
you.
in the minutes here, it says that they were purchased at the last meeting.
yeah, the power meeting, yeah. See, that's whenever I made a correction instead of just, because I went in to get the
So they were
size.
purchased before the last meeting?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I didn't know,
I don't remember anybody,
right?
substantial amount of money like that.
I
I don't
can't
remember
remember.
anybody giving them, voting on giving them the authority to
Well, I'm sure
buy.
that the borough workers would not have purchased them unless Ed or Henry would have given them the
Right,
okay for
and I
that.
can't, I might have, but I don't think, unless it was Henry, I don't know. I can't answer that.
Henry's doing better, I'll talk to him. we'll
Yeah.
find out. Now, what about the old,
Well, these new tires from 4A that you mentioned, quad A, if, let's say if we would have waited or whatever was done with the new Ford, we could have saved like $500 and some dollars. Because they range from $560 to $580 for the new Ford. It depends upon what ply you want. If you want a 12 ply tire, or 14 ply, or 10 ply, or whatever, whatever's recommended for it. And the ones for the GMC are 540 to 560, depending upon the ply. And that's for 4 tires. So we could have got both trucks done for the same price as
got one there?
we got one done.
That's for 4 tires, 540 or 560.
Yeah. And 4 tires for the GMC is 540.
How do they, does the GMC need tires?
They're gonna be in the
How
tires.
soon?
It's not right now.
Okay.
You know, we should be able to get through winter and maybe part of summer and last for next winter. I don't know.
So they don't need to be bought?
No, they don't need to be bought right now. But like I said, for the other ones, I don't know, it's going to be heavy. I'll take
find
a
out.
nine, if,
Is that?
I remember.
I know nobody in the council.
Right.
If we're gonna spend that kind of money, it's been brought up and voted on.
Because I know I brought her up.
January minutes, there's no reference to that.
Yeah,
Other than they were bought.
yeah.
Here,
That's in February.
And that's the
Yeah.
price.
What they spent for those?
Let's give it
I think it was $1,175.
$6.
4 tires.
How much was the purchase for the?
I think it was $1,175, I'm not sure, but I think that's what Rick told me.
Well, I'll talk, Henry's doing better, I'll give him a couple days, I'll talk to him and see what's going on. We can't have it, I mean, that kind of money, you just can't go out and spend it, you know. If they needed them that bad,
Could have called.
I'd call a special meeting and for that purpose and so they could buy it, to get it approved. Any other unfinished business? New business? All right, first thing, everybody get the resolution for the moratorium on signs. Carly emailed it out to everybody. I got, this information come from down in the city. There was different sign ordinances, I don't even remember, what was the organization, do you remember? It was an organization from Pittsburgh, and they seen, I guess they seen the story about the sign up here, and they emailed, didn't you email it to you? And when I looked through it, they had Andrews reworded it so it fits our municipality. And I thought it would be a good idea. That way, the sign ordinance, we've been trying to get this passed now for almost going on a year, we haven't got anything done. So what I'm afraid of is somebody's gonna come and wanna put up another big sign. What this does is, it's placing a moratorium on the erection, size, modification, and approval of any and all advertising signs and billboards in the borough for 6 months. And I figure that'll give the committee 6 months to get together, get a good sign, concrete sign ordinance. In the meantime, we don't have to worry about anybody else putting anything up. Because I'm just afraid that's gonna happen.
I was talking to a gentleman about the signs, and he does a lot of LED signs like that in Cloudler area and for different locations, and I was kind of giving him a little bit of a lowdown of what was happening with us. And he feels that we may have a leg to stand on as far as them making sure that they dim it at night. And so I think I'm gonna try to have him come and talk with us. And he said, you should know, our solicitor should know a lot of the,
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but it's gonna be, I mean, it'll immediately be challenged. And
he said there are laws out there, and he like rattled them off and everything, so I did get his phone number, and, you
yeah,
know.
what's his, I mean, if you wanna get him in contact with me, that would
Yeah, I can
probably
do
be
that,
better.
that way you can kind of go, because he really seemed like
Yeah.
he knew the laws and everything, so. I did put his phone number in my phone, but I don't remember his name, but I have it at work,
Oh,
so.
yeah, well,
So I think it would be the benefit of council that we approve this resolution tonight, just to protect ourselves. And it's gonna give us a 6-month window, where the committee can get together and hash out and look over the one that we have and decide what they want in it, what they don't want in it, and bring it back, and we can get it passed. All right, I need a motion to pass the resolution for Wkcm for placing a moratorium on the erection, size, modification, and approval of any and all advertising signs and billboards. It will be in effect for 6 months.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll make that second.
all those in favor? Right here. Any other new business?
Yeah, you have to mention something there. I called up about salt, because I know last year they mentioned down at the Canning Borough that she had to order it by January or February for the following year. I contacted Mr. Ruffner from Morton Salt, and he said we don't have to place the order until like April 1st, something like that. So I'll call up on April, talk to Rick, and, we'll order what, 200 tons or 220?
Actually,
Not that we need it all, but just.
I got information from like the state regarding the co-stars,
Oh, okay.
and the deadline is March 16th. So I'm gonna go ahead and like send in our request
okay.
or whatever. Just let me know how many times.
I'd say 200, 200.
Okay, that's what we did for this year.
Yeah.
March 16th.
Yeah, because he told me April, but this is Morton, so.
Mhm.
Because Rick said,
We'll probably get a better price, the best price for the co-stars,
yeah, because,
whether it be Morton's or whoever.
because I know Florida City was complaining about the price, but that's the
Yeah.
price for everybody. It's
Yeah.
not them, we're out with everybody.
Any other new business? Any other new business, so we'll move on. They need a motion to pay the bills.
For the question for the people's gas from January to December, is that including both of these together?
Yeah.
Okay. How often, do they keep that heat over there, Jim, where Ed and the certain?
We checked it. I know
We've
that-
been, I don't know, I can answer that for you. They were told, Henry told them, that they keep that down to what, 65?
60 or 65.
And I've been in there, Henry's been in there, Eddie's been in there.
And it's up.
They're not working, there's no, Sunday afternoon, you go in there, it's 72, 73 degrees. So, Eddie, I guess you're gonna have to check on them and tell them if they don't, we'll put boxes on that lock it, and they won't be able to.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous to heat that if they're not working as many
Oh, no.
hours.
I know whenever we left, Jim worked or I worked, but that was the last thing we did, you made sure the heat was done. And it's not that hard to get it in your head, just, you're parking the truck, you got your bucket, you're gonna write the time card, you're walking by it, so, we always turned it down. Jim would ask me, or I'd ask him, he said, well, I got it, or I'd say, I got it,
Maybe put a sign on the door and say, please turn the heat down.
Oh, no, there's signs on the time, there's signs over there.
Yeah, I know, I've been up couple times, and the weekends when everybody's there, and you walk in, it's 72, 73 degrees, it's sad. And I know Henry's told them numerous times, to keep the turn on. I mean, even when they're working it on the weekend, I mean, in the winter, they're out plowing snow, it doesn't need to be up to, 72, 73 degrees. All right, motion to pay the bills. Paul, second. Nancy, any more questions on the bills? All those in favor, right hand. Any letters for you guys? All right, and I need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Favor?
Yeah, I just,
It just looked like you just said something.
who made?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I just.